is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit for all of us who are all on this journey of love. And I am back. I'm going to pull from the Work Your Light Oracle. The last video I did, I just gave a bit of an update to say that my mum has been having health issues. And so that's why the videos have been very sort of sporadic. And then, you know, like of everything, we had a meeting with the oncologist yesterday, and of all of the, so basically the really good news is that the cancer that she has, it is really early stages and hopefully will not require surgery, and so that's really good. So yeah, it's been a very sort of, this has been going on really since September of last year, because I didn't know what the problem was, and it's been going back to forwards and backwards for appointments and scans and more scans and more scans, and yeah, so it feels like, although it has been really difficult, then actually, you know, the consultant said, the oncologist said yesterday, if you're going to have a type of cancer, then this is the one that you want, because we can cure it. So that's brilliant. So yeah, so I thought, right, it's time to, you know, it feels like I've been living sort of a bit of an unreal, not real life recently, but coming back, like thinking, right, okay, I need to get back into rhythm, let's get back into what's normal life anyway. There is no such thing as normal, but you know what I mean, back into life. So here we go. The message from Work Your Light is this: the Akasha, your guidance is being divinely guided. So to remember that we are always being divinely guided. We need to reach out, we need to ask. I'm gonna, I was really drawn to pull from the music deck, the music oracles, from all of like the brilliant musicians that have passed, to say, okay, what message do they want to give us as well? And not just the ones that are past, but past and present. So I'm going to pull, so the Akasha, which is just knowing that everything, basically everything that we need to know is within us. Our wisdom is within each and every one of us, but we are so quick to question ourselves, to bring in doubt, to bring in the fear, to not believe in ourselves, and that's what we're here to remember. That's what our Akashic records are for, to remember that we came with inner wisdom, that we came with all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the magic, all the gifts, all of the power, and we need to reignite them. We need to be strong in igniting, turning the switch on to our spirit. So who wants to help us do that today? And the message is from Dolly Parton. I love it. From Dolly Parton, and it is: the higher the hills, the closer to heaven. Caution will get you nowhere. The most precious diamonds are sometimes disguised as rhinestones. So yes, and the diamond, you know what, you don't make a diamond, you make a diamond out of the coal. And so just that beautiful reminder, you know, that out of the dark, the rose, it always makes me think of, I've got another deck of cards, which are the David Bowie deck. And in one of the cards, it is where there's nothing but like cement or on the ground, and there's this single rose growing up through it. And it's just to remember that out of like the really dark spaces, no matter what happens, then basically life will bloom again. So whatever you're going through, the message is, this too shall pass and you will bloom again. And if it might be your time to shine, it might be your time to bloom, it might be your time to hibernate at the moment, it might be, you know, for all of us, we're all at different stages. Every single day we're like, we can be a different sense of energy every single day. So that's why it's about channeling our energy in the way that we want it to go, and being realistic that we're not always going to be like, you know, on top of the moon, because that isn't life, is it? Life brings us, when life brings you what is it? When life brings you lemons, then make lemonade. So Dolly Parton says, down to earth but larger than life country singer, a pop star, an actress and a theme park mogul, the unsinkable Dolly Parton is undoubtedly one of the most beloved figures in popular music, appealing to a vast crossover audience that stretches far beyond hardcore country fans and the even hardcore drag queens who copy her gloriously garish style. She's just such an amazing, larger than life, although she's tiny, character. So she is one of the large and very poor families. She used her iron will, her singing talents and her exceptional songwriting skills and her steely self-confidence to knock down the solid walls that stood between her and international stardom. Yes, so the message about that is, even though you might feel like there are all of these solid walls behind you and whatever you want to create for your life, you know, be it in the, you know, these are not necessarily just around twin flames, because, you know, as we have progressed on this path, then it's not really about the twin flame anymore. It's just about you living in the full version of yourself. So breaking down those walls, just like, you know, having the self-confidence to do that, breaking down the walls of what society thinks you should be doing, and, you know, like pushing forward, being confident in yourself and trusting that what you are here to do is all within the Akasha, right? So you're here to break down those walls, the walls that people have put around you, the walls that society has put around you, the walls that family has put around you, our self-imposed walls, everything. All of that is about breaking us out of what we think that we should be doing and then letting ourselves just be. And that is, you know, it's such a simple thing to say, just let yourself be. But as we all know, that is very difficult. And that's what we're here to master. The uncovering of our soul is what we are here to master. The uncovering of the light within us is what we're here to master. So I'm going to just check the Akasha, what page that is on. Hang on one second. I've forgotten my glasses, which is not helpful. It is on page, one sec. The Akasha is on page 112. So I'm going to read 2 letters today from the Divine Love Letter books. This is book 4. And I am going to read 112, because that's from the Akasha, but also 139. So 112 and 139. So 112 is this: you know the truth, your truth, our truth. You feel it in your heart, and we are linked. We are connected. We have always been this way. Throughout all the years, the connection has never been lost. So believe that we will come together to complete our life. You will see me. You will feel me. You will see this through to the end. There's been a long middle of this story, the story of our lives. But that makes the final chapter worth waiting for. It makes it all the sweeter. Everyone loves a happy ending. So hang on, my love. We will get to write ours together. Okay, so that was 112. So it's just saying, and that, you know, that is for sure that this middle bit is a long bit. Because if anyone is like me, then the initial bit lasted all of the honeymoon or the bubble phase or whatever you would like to call it. Lasted maybe a matter of weeks, I think. But then this middle bit, see, it's been well over a decade. But that's the uncovering, you know, that's what our path is here, the uncovering of the soul. And, you know, we learn more and more each and every day. And we have to trust, you know, in the path of our soul. And not compare ourselves to anyone else. That's the other thing. So letter 139. Look at Bowie just there. So cute. Okay. I feel you next to me. It's almost like you are lying next to me. That's so funny. I can feel you put your arms around me and pull me close to you. I feel our bodies wrapped around each other. How is that possible? Why do I only feel this way about you? Why is it only you that does this to me, that makes me feel this way? I didn't think any of this was possible. I didn't believe that two people could connect so deeply that they could feel each other when they were physically apart. It is true. We are connected by the heart and soul. It is true. We are connected in a way that is so deep. I don't understand it, but I do know you are ingrained in my soul forever. Well, that is very true, because no matter if you have woken up to your soul, your twin soul, your twin flame, in whichever way that was for you, then you will absolutely know for yourself that there's no, it's almost like there was life before that, and then there's life after that. And nothing is the same. And it's like you can't then go back to what it was before, because you know. And it's opened your eyes, and it's the awakening of the soul. And so therefore that sort of, it's like literally looking at the world in a different way and understanding the world in a different way. And so that's why, yeah, they are ingrained in our souls forever, because they literally are in our souls forever. You know, there is the connection that you just, there's no getting away from it. So I just want one more message from the from music, because it's been a really, really strong player in my, I'm just sort of sorting out Glastonbury for this year, and that is where sort of it all came. I remember I'd like gone into separation with my twin, and then went to Glastonbury Festival, and like literally all over the screens it was surreal, because there was my twin's name, not only but his surname posted everywhere. And I was like, what is going on? This is just the weirdest thing. And so music has always been a really strong connection, because remember, the universe signposts to us what we need to be looking out for. And at the time I was thinking, what is that? Okay, so we go with Joni Mitchell. And the message, Joni, learn to write in your own blood. Some things need confessing, others are best left unsaid, but never lose sight in the miraculous. And there is a peacock there. So never lose sight in the miraculous. Always, always, always believe in the miracle. Always believe that you are the miracle, right? You're the miracle, that you're here, that you've woken up to a heart-based life, that you're creating your life from the heart. And that's a miracle, considering, look at the world. I mean, you know, if we all just did that, then the world would be a completely different place. And that's your part in changing the energy wave around this planet. So there we go. Believe in the miracles, because you are the miracle. All right, take care. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.